Welcome to this episode of Making Performance Matter, connecting employee performance to business results, with your host, Cindy Allen Stuckey.
Welcome to my show. I'm sure that all of you have heard about or have read about the fact that we have multiple generations in the workplace right now. And in fact, we actually have 4 different generations in the workplace. So today I'm going to be talking about one piece as far as multiple generations in the workplace, and that is, how do you communicate? In many organizations, again, we have 4 generations. We can have a generation called the traditionalists. These are the people born between 1946. And if you think about how they learned to communicate, they had rotary phones. You write a note, you write a letter. The second group that we have in the workplace are the baby boomers, who were born between 1946 and 1964. They communicate as far as touch-tone phones, call me anytime. The third generation we have in the workplace are the Generation X's. They were born between 1965 and the late 1970s. The way they communicate are by cell phone and keep it brief. The last generation that we have are the Generation Ys, or the millennials. And they were born from early 1980s to about 1989. These are the people that have grown up with all of this wonderful, technology that we have. So, they learn by the internet, they text, they tweet, they do all of this. So when we look at all these generations, what affected you when you were growing up, the events that were happening, and the technology that you had or didn't have, usually affects how we want to get information as far as how people communicate with us. If we start with the traditionalist, and we think about how they get information, they spend more time getting news, and they can go, it goes all the way from, they watch TV, they read the paper, and maybe they read a few blogs. We go through the generations, and we get to the last generation in the workplace right now. It's millennials, or the Generation Y. And they spend less time getting news, but over 50% of their time is spent on getting news from the various internet, TV news shows. What's this mean to you? Well, what it means is it's not one size fit all as far as communication. So I'm going to give you some hints here, or some tactics, what you need to do to communicate. If you're going to communicate something, first of all, research your audience, know how they get news, or how they like to get their information. Think about whether the gender and the age. The second thing it means for you is craft your message so that it reaches who your audience is. The third way is make sure you're communicating it the right way, which may mean if you have various generations that you're going to have to be communicating maybe 3 or 4 different ways. And the last thing this means for you is pay attention to how people are responding. Are you hearing back from the groups? If not, maybe what you need to do is change your message a little bit. Now, all of this takes time, but I can guarantee that if you put together the technology that is appropriate for the various generations, and if you put it together in the right format, you're going to be able to get your message across the very best. I'd like to invite you to my website, where I'm going to have more information on how can you communicate with the different generations. Thanks for watching my show today.
Thank you for watching this episode of Making Performance Matter with Cindy Allen Stuckey. For more great information, visit Cindy's website at makingperformancematter.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.